Hey guys, welcome back. It's Miss Cassidy again. So, this week we're going to be reading a story called The Powwow at the End of the World, which in reality is not a story but a poem. So, we're going to be going over a few features of poetry that we've seen before. First, we're going to be focusing on the line breaks that can be found, the line breaks that can be found in a poem. Since it focuses specifically on that, that's where I think we should start today. So, line breaks are characteristics of poetry. How do they work? It's where the author chooses to end one line and start another. And believe me that this is done on purpose. So don't believe that it's a mistake that was made or maybe even some error in printing. Look at where the author chooses to put a line break. The question is why? In this short poem, Private Concert, you can see that he makes a line break with one singular word. Why would a poet do this? Maybe to demonstrate that that word has significance. It's emphasizing that word specifically to let us know how important the use of it is in the poem Private Concert. Generally, this is what poets do when they want to point out something that is very important, as I said before, in poetry. Oh, a little grammatical error there. Well, not grammatical, sorry, technical error there. It'll fix itself in a moment. There we go. So, I want to hear your choices or your opinions on why you think the author might have done this. Can be many different reasons why. Significance of word, emphasis. It can even be because the poem felt like it should go there. How do line breaks affect the way I read a poem? How would you read this? I would read it like this. I wait for the music she plays on piano alone in her room. Unaware. I am feeling. So as you can see, I actually made a pause on the word unaware to demonstrate the significance or the importance or even to give it emphasis on how important and how it demonstrates how being singular there is an emphasis. Try reading this one aloud to yourself in the way the author intended. Why did the author break up the lines the way she did? Airplane surprise. On a map, I see black lines. From the sky, I see designs. Lines of river trace a field. Shapes of nature are revealed. Countries seem to disappear. There are no borders way up here. So as you can see, the poet decided to break these lines into sets of two. And if you can really look at it, you're actually looking at one sentence broken down into two parts. Do you see the line breaks can create a little rhythm or a repeated pattern of sound? In this poem by Evie Miriam TV, it says, in the house of Mr. and Mrs. Spouse, he and she would watch TV, and never a word between them spoke until the day the set was broken. Then, how do you do? Said he to she. I don't believe that we've met yet. Spouse is my name. What's yours? He asked. Why, mine's the same, she said to he. Do you suppose that we could be? But the set came suddenly right about, so they never did find out. So you can see the rhythm, the da-dum, 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 rhyming rhythm that we've talked about before, specifically in this poem called TV, which obviously is a play on words for TV, or the abbreviation of television. Now here's another poem, Moo. No matter the time, the place, or season, with no excuse for non-reason. And here's another one thing I know. Find it. While you were reading poetry today, see if you notice any line breaks. Think, why did the author make those decisions? How does it add to the meaning of the poem? So you guys can come back, rewind, and check these poems out for yourself and figure out why those line breaks were made there. So I hope this video helps a little bit about that. Another focus that we have are literary devices in this poem. One of those literary devices we've seen before, which is imagery. And we've also seen allusions before, but I'm not quite sure if we understood it, so I prepared a video for you guys.
What are allusions? What are allusions? While reading, or watching The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, you were introduced to Cinna, the stylist for Katniss. If the mention of this name doesn't ring a bell, that's probably because you've never read Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, which in turn has caused you to miss out on a major illusion. When I say illusion, no, I'm not talking about Katniss's dress made of gems that reflected light, projecting the illusion of fire. That's illusion, with an I, like a magic trick. An allusion, beginning with an A, is a literary element. It is a brief and indirect reference to a person, place, thing, or idea of historical, cultural, literary, or political significance. It does not describe in detail the person or thing to which it refers. It is just a passing comment, and the writer expects the reader to have enough knowledge to spot the allusion and understand its importance in a text. The writer expects you to be like Sherlock Holmes, investigating and analyzing these references. Hey, did you catch the illusion I just used? The reason why writers choose to use this literary technique is because it enables them to simplify complex ideas and emotions. Readers are expected to comprehend the complex ideas by comparing the emotions of the writer to the references given by them. So let's go back to Cinna, the stylist, in The Hunger Games. In Julius Caesar, there are two characters by the name of Cinna. One is a poet who ends up being murdered, and the other is one of the politicians who is involved in the plot to assassinate Caesar. What connections can you make between these two characters and Cinna from The Hunger Games? For one, Cinna isn't simply a stylist, but also an artist with his ability to make political statements through Katniss's outfits. Some might say that his costumes are quite poetic in a way, just like Caesar's Cinna the poet. And two, just like Cinna the conspirator in Julius Caesar, this name indicates Cinna is a character who is plotting against President Snow's oppressive ruling over Panem. Did you catch that? Just by knowing what Suzanne Collins' allusion signifies, the reader can gain a deeper, more thorough understanding of Cinna and his emotions. Understanding and utilizing the power of illusions is what separates good readers and writers from greatly skilled ones. My challenge for you is twofold. One, try to be more aware of illusions when you read. If you think you found one, just look it up to see if you're right. And two, try to start incorporating illusions into your own writing. It's an impressive way to show your abilities as a talented writer, and it will help you to better convey complex ideas to your readers.
Okay, so I hope the video was useful in helping you guys understand what an illusion is. Imagery is basically the use of your five senses, but we'll still watch a short video to make sure we understand that.
We have five senses. Writers often appeal to these senses to bring their stories to the reader's imagination. For example, what sense is the author appealing to in this sentence? The author is appealing to the sense of taste. What other senses might a writer appeal to? Can you envision this moment? This is because its writer is appealing to the sense of sight. Can you hear it? This is because its writer uses words that suggest sounds. Writers also can suggest the sense of touch. Finally, writers can appeal to the sense of smell. All of these examples use imagery. Imagery appears when a writer appeals to the five senses. Imagery helps bring the passage to the reader's imagination. Which senses does this sentence appeal to?
So let's take a moment to think about that. The sea broke in a long line in the rain and slipped back down. The beach to come up and break again in a long line in the rain. This is from Cat in the Rain by Ernest Hemingway. I want you guys to tell me, what type of imagery can you see in this? Can you see it? Can you visualize it? Can you sense a smell? Is there a touch that you can feel? Is there something you can hear? Is there something you can see? That's the whole point of imagery. So I hope you guys enjoy reading the poem. the powwow at the end of the world. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.